Did you know that over 80% of people who use turmeric have no idea about its most powerful secrets? That's right. This everyday golden spice, costing just pennies per serving, is quietly sitting in millions of kitchens, hiding its true healing potential. In fact, many health experts now call turmeric one of the most underrated natural remedies on earth. Just think about it. How many times have you sprinkled turmeric into a curry or tea without ever wondering what else it might do for your body? What if I told you that this simple, bright yellow powder holds centuries of wisdom and a growing body of modern science behind it, some of which could completely change the way you think about aging, pain, and joint health? Why is it that so few people are talking about the true power of turmeric? And what are we all missing? In this video, we're going to uncover the amazing joint health benefits of turmeric, especially for seniors, benefits that remain unknown to most people. I'll also walk you through essential safety tips and explain exactly who should be cautious when using turmeric, especially in supplement form. If you're someone who wants to stay mobile, active, and pain-free, you won't want to miss this. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Fights joint inflammation at its root. For so many seniors, joint pain has become a quiet companion, one that shows up each morning, stiffening the knees, aching in the hands, or settling into the lower back like an old shadow. Doctors may call it inflammation, but for those living with it daily, it's something far more personal. It's the reason getting out of bed takes a little longer, why steps are slower, and why once simple joys like gardening or dancing now come with hesitation. What many don't realize is that chronic inflammation is not just a symptom. It's the root cause of most joint pain, especially in conditions like osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. And here lies the beauty of turmeric. More than a colorful spice tucked away in your kitchen, turmeric contains curcumin, a natural compound that works at the very center of the body's inflammatory process. Rather than masking the pain like over-the-counter painkillers, curcumin helps quiet the immune system's overreaction, calming the fire instead of just silencing the alarm. Modern science continues to catch up with what ancient cultures have long known. In a remarkable study published in Phytotherapy Research, researchers found that curcumin was just as effective as ibuprofen in reducing knee pain from arthritis, but without the harsh gastrointestinal side effects. This is no small discovery. For older adults whose stomachs may already be sensitive from years of medication, this gentler alternative can mean the difference between daily discomfort and long-term relief. But there's more. Curcumin doesn't just fight inflammation. It does so while supporting the body's own natural healing process, enhancing circulation and reducing oxidative stress. Think of it as a quiet but powerful ally, moving through the bloodstream, seeking out places of damage and bringing calm to chaos. For seniors looking to take back control, not just of pain, but of life, turmeric offers something many medications don't: hope rooted in nature, backed by science. It's a chance to move without wincing, to stretch without bracing, and to rise each morning with a little more ease than the day before. But what if turmeric could do more than ease pain? What if it could help protect your joints from long-term damage, keeping you active, mobile, and independent well into your later years? Let's take a closer look at how turmeric supports joint longevity and guards against age-related wear, and why this golden remedy may be one of the smartest health choices you ever make. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Relieves pain from osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. For seniors living with arthritis, the pain isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional. It's the sharp reminder in every movement, the quiet ache that settles into the bones, the unwelcome guest at dinner, walks, and bedtime. Whether it's the slow grind of osteoarthritis, wearing down cartilage over time, or the unpredictable flares of rheumatoid arthritis, where the immune system mistakenly attacks the joints, both conditions can make even the simplest of tasks feel monumental. But nature, in all its quiet wisdom, may have already given us something profound: turmeric. And inside turmeric lies curcumin, a compound so potent in its anti inflammatory properties that researchers around the world are beginning to pay close attention. But turmeric isn't about quick fixes, it's about gentle, steady restoration. Where modern medications often dull the sensation of pain, curcumin reaches deeper into the very mechanisms of immune response and inflammation. One clinical study published in the Journal of Clinical Interventions in Aging offered something remarkable. Participants with knee osteoarthritis who took just 500 milligrams of curcumin twice daily reported significant improvements in pain, swelling, and joint function, results comparable to prescription drugs, but without the harmful side effects so common in long-term pharmaceutical use. Imagine being able to get up from a chair without gripping the arms or taking a stroll without feeling your knees resist you at every step. This is the quiet power turmeric can offer, not just relief, but renewed dignity. Even more compelling, curcumin appears to modulate immune system behavior in rheumatoid arthritis, gently quieting the immune misfires that lead to swelling and destruction in the joints. It doesn't suppress your system entirely the way steroids might, it guides it back into balance. For many older adults, this balance is the difference between constant discomfort and reclaiming movement, presence, and peace. And let's not forget the emotional toll of chronic pain, the isolation, the fatigue, the anxiety that creeps in when pain seems endless. Turmeric offers something rare in the world of remedies: a sense of empowerment, a daily practice rooted in tradition and confirmed by science that allows you to take back some control of your health, one golden capsule or cup at a time. But what if turmeric could do more than reduce pain? What if it could actually help preserve your joints, slowing the damage before it steals more mobility? There's compelling research that suggests it just might. Let's explore that next. 3. Protects against age-related joint degeneration. Aging brings wisdom, perspective, and often a greater appreciation for life's simple moments. But it also brings inevitable wear and tear, especially in our joints. The quiet creaks in your knees as you stand, the stiffness in your hips after sitting too long, or the aching shoulders that once carried your children now protest the weight of a grocery bag. These are more than just inconveniences. They're signals that your joints are changing and that protection is no longer a luxury, but a necessity. Joint degeneration is a natural part of aging. Over time, the cartilage, the cushion between bones, begins to thin and break down. As this shock absorber wears away, bone rubs against bone, causing friction, swelling, and pain. And while this process is gradual, its effects can accumulate quickly, robbing seniors of independence, confidence, and joy. This is where turmeric begins to shine not just as a remedy, but as a guardian. The curcumin in turmeric doesn't merely address pain after it appears, it intervenes earlier, working to reduce oxidative stress, which is a key driver of cartilage breakdown. Oxidative stress occurs when unstable molecules, free radicals, attack healthy cells, including those in your joints. Curcumin is a powerful antioxidant that neutralizes these free radicals, protecting joint tissues before damage becomes irreversible. In a study published in Arthritis Research and Therapy, researchers observed that curcumin supplementation helped preserve cartilage structure and reduce biochemical markers of joint degeneration. What that means in real-life terms is simple. Turmeric doesn't just soothe today's pain, it helps protect tomorrow's movement. For seniors, this means more than just medical data. It means being able to reach down and tie your own shoes, to walk beside your grandchildren at the park, to bend down and pick up the newspaper without fearing that familiar bolt of discomfort. It means preserving the freedom to move with ease, not just now, but years from now. Turmeric offers something deeply hopeful, a way to care for your body before it begins to fail, to nourish your joints and stand as a daily act of self-respect. Not many things in life give back as much as this golden root can, especially when used consistently and wisely. But while turmeric can shield your joints from the inside, what about the way it supports flexibility and fluid movement? Even in joints already stiff or tight, what comes next might surprise you. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Increases flexibility and range of motion. As we age, there's a quiet shift in how we move through the world. Once fluid motions begin to feel restricted, and everyday tasks, reaching for a glass on a high shelf, getting in and out of the car, kneeling in the garden, can feel awkward, stiff, even painful. The body no longer responds with the ease it once did, and movement becomes something we have to think about, plan around, and sometimes avoid. For many seniors, this growing stiffness feels like a slow betrayal of the body they've always depended on. This gradual loss of flexibility and range of motion is one of the most subtle yet deeply felt aspects of aging. It isn't just about pain, it's about freedom. And while stretching, walking, and physical therapy can help, few people realize that the journey toward restored movement may begin not with exercise, but with something as small as a pinch of turmeric. Inside turmeric is curcumin, a compound with the rare ability to reduce internal inflammation and improve circulation, 2 crucial elements for restoring flexibility. When inflammation is high, joints swell and tissues tighten, restricting motion. When blood flow is impaired, muscles and connective tissue don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need to move smoothly. Curcumin, by lowering inflammation and enhancing vascular function, works at both levels. It helps the body let go of tension, naturally restoring the fluidity of movement that aging so often steals. A 2016 review in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that participants who took curcumin regularly not only reported less joint pain, but also greater mobility and increased range of motion, particularly in the knees and shoulders, areas that commonly trouble older adults. These improvements weren't just physical. They led to better balance, more confidence, and a renewed sense of independence. And perhaps that's what matters most, because behind every flexible joint is a life that moves more freely, walking to the mailbox without hesitation, joining friends for a stroll, getting on and off the floor to play with grandkids. Flexibility is not just a matter of muscle and bone. It's a foundation for staying engaged with the world around you. Turmeric may not turn back time, but it helps you meet each day with less resistance, more grace, and greater possibility. But what about deeper, more stubborn pain, like the kind that radiates down the back or throbs deep in the spine? You might be surprised how turmeric can soothe even that. 5. Soothes back pain and sciatica. Back pain is not just another sign of aging. It's a burden that follows you through every part of your day. For many seniors, it's the first thing they feel when they rise in the morning and the last sensation they lie down with at night. It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't wait until the timing is convenient. Whether it's a deep ache across the lower back or the sharp shooting pain of sciatica radiating down the leg, it can rob you of peace, presence, and movement. Pain in the back and sciatic nerve often stems from inflammation, pressure on nerves, and poor circulation. These aren't problems that can always be seen, but they are deeply felt. They interfere with sleep, make it difficult to sit comfortably, and force you to avoid the activities that once brought you joy. It becomes not just a physical challenge, but an emotional one, an invisible weight that makes life feel smaller, slower, more frustrating. This is where turmeric steps in, not as a miracle, but as a gentle, reliable support. Curcumin, turmeric's active compound, has shown in several studies to help calm nerve-related inflammation, which is often the root cause of sciatica. Unlike temporary painkillers that numb the symptoms, curcumin works from the inside out, targeting the actual sources of discomfort by easing the inflammatory pressure around spinal nerves and improving circulation to damaged tissues. In one study published in the European Review for Medical and Pharmacological Sciences, curcumin supplementation was linked to noticeable reductions in sciatic pain, helping participants walk more freely and sleep more comfortably. These weren't just numbers on a chart. These were lives changed by the quiet, consistent healing power of nature. For seniors who've spent years battling back pain, relying on heating pads, avoiding long car rides, skipping walks they used to love, turmeric offers a new possibility. Not an instant fix, but a steady return to balance. It reminds us that relief doesn't always come from force. It can come from nurturing what's already within us. And while the back may be one of the most common pain points for older adults, there's another form of joint pain that strikes even harder, often unexpectedly: gout. Could turmeric possibly help with that too? Let's take a closer look. 6. Helps with gout and swollen joints. There are few types of pain more sharp or sudden than gout. It often strikes in the quiet of night, waking you with a fire in your big toe, ankle, or knee that feels too intense to be real. You may find it hard to even bear the weight of a bedsheet on the joint, let alone take a step. For those who've experienced it, gout isn't just painful, it's debilitating. It disrupts sleep, limits movement, and leaves you feeling helpless in your own body. Gout is caused by a buildup of uric acid in the bloodstream. When this acid crystallizes, it forms tiny, jagged deposits that settle into the joints and inflame the surrounding tissue. The result is swelling, redness, and pain that can linger for days. And for many seniors, especially those with slower kidney function or dietary limitations, gout becomes a recurring nightmare. Turmeric, long revered in traditional medicine, offers a powerful response to this painful condition. Curcumin, its active compound, is known not only for reducing inflammation, but also for influencing how the body handles uric acid. Studies have suggested that curcumin may help lower uric acid levels in the blood and reduce the intensity and frequency of gout attacks. But more than that, its natural anti-inflammatory properties ease the painful swelling and tenderness that make gout so unbearable. One study published in Clinical Rheumatology noted a measurable decrease in joint pain and inflammation among gout sufferers who incorporated curcumin into their routine. The relief wasn't just statistical, it was practical. Less pain meant more mobility. Less swelling meant more confidence to walk, stretch, and live again without dread. For seniors, this means something more than just symptom relief. It's about protecting quality of life. Gout attacks can make you feel vulnerable, anxious, even ashamed. Turmeric offers a sense of gentle control, a way to support your body without relying entirely on medications that may come with unwanted side effects. It's a daily choice to reduce inflammation before it flares and reclaim your ability to move through life with less pain and more peace. But joint pain isn't always sharp and sudden. Sometimes it's quiet and persistent, lingering in the fingers, making the morning coffee ritual feel like a challenge. If you've ever felt the deep stiffness of early morning joints, you'll want to hear what turmeric can do next. 7. Eases morning stiffness in hands and fingers. There's something quietly disheartening about waking up and realizing that your own hands no longer greet the day with ease. For many seniors, morning stiffness, particularly in the hands and fingers, is more than just a nuisance. It can feel like a loss. The small, everyday rituals, gripping a toothbrush, buttoning a shirt, pouring a cup of coffee, become frustrating battles between willpower and uncooperative joints. This stiffness isn't just about aging, it's the result of overnight inflammation. When the body is at rest, circulation slows, and inflammatory compounds accumulate in the joints. By morning, fingers may feel swollen, unresponsive, almost foreign. It's a quiet reminder that the body doesn't rebound the way it used to. But turmeric, in its golden simplicity, offers a gentle but powerful answer. The curcumin within it doesn't just soothe pain, it works through the night, helping to regulate the inflammatory response that builds while you sleep. Unlike temporary fixes that mask discomfort, curcumin interacts with the body's own systems, calming the chemical messengers responsible for stiffness and swelling. It helps the body wake up with less resistance so you can begin your day with greater clarity and less hesitation. Studies have shown that consistent turmeric intake leads to a significant reduction in inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein and interleukin 6, both of which are strongly linked to rheumatoid stiffness and joint discomfort. For those who live with these slow-burning aches, the result isn't just better mobility, it's a better morning, a more peaceful start, a sense that your body is working with you, not against you. But perhaps most importantly, turmeric offers something deeper, a quiet sense of self-restoration. A morning without stiffness isn't just about movement, it's about dignity. It's about reclaiming the ease to write a letter, hold a loved one's hand, or prepare your favorite breakfast without pain dictating the pace of your life. For seniors who've grown used to adapting to discomfort, turmeric is a reminder that healing, even subtle, quiet healing, is still possible. Sometimes change doesn't have to roar. It can arrive softly in the form of greater comfort, steadier hands, and renewed confidence. But here's something you may not expect. Turmeric isn't just a remedy for pain. Some researchers believe it may actually help protect your joints long before damage begins. Could it truly support the longevity of your joints and your independence for years to come? Let's find out. You deserve to move freely again. Let turmeric help. As we grow older, we often come to accept pain and stiffness as an inevitable part of aging. We adapt, we move a little slower, rest a little longer, and sometimes even stop doing the things we love, not because we want to, but because our bodies quietly start saying no. But what if we didn't have to accept that as the final truth? What if nature had given us tools, not miracles, but real, tangible tools to help us move more freely, to rise with less discomfort, and to feel more in control of our health again? Turmeric is not a trend. It is not a quick fix or a magic pill. It is a gift rooted in centuries of healing wisdom, now validated by modern science. Its power lies not just in its bright color or bold flavor, but in its ability to gently restore balance where inflammation, pain, and wear have slowly taken hold. Whether you're dealing with arthritis, stiffness, back pain, or gout, turmeric speaks to the deeper systems of your body, calming, protecting, and supporting you from within. But perhaps even more important than what turmeric does for your joints is what it can do for your spirit. When you feel less pain, you feel more present. When movement becomes easier, life opens up again. That morning walk becomes possible. That family outing doesn't feel like a burden. That quiet joy of using your hands, whether to write, to cook, or to hold a grandchild, returns. This is what turmeric offers, not just relief, but the restoration of dignity, independence, and peace of mind. It's a daily act of self care that speaks not of giving up, but of still believing in the possibility of healing at any age. Of course, like any remedy, turmeric must be used wisely. It's not for everyone, and it's not meant to replace the care of your doctor. But for many, it may be the gentle support that bridges the gap between discomfort and comfort, between stillness and motion. So if you've been quietly living with joint pain, stiffness, or limited mobility, perhaps it's time to explore what turmeric could do for you, because aging may be inevitable, but suffering doesn't have to be. And if you found value in this message, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about, because when one person heals, we all move closer to living fuller, stronger, more vibrant lives. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.